guys. We made it to Friday again. Get excited. To be honest, I'm a bit out of it right now. I slept all day yesterday, pretty much. Had a pretty bad headache that just would not go away, so the only thing that helped was closing my eyes, and ugh. So yeah, I was worried I was gonna be up all night, but I actually slept pretty well. So did not want to get up when I did, but I figured, hey, I should probably shower. For everyone's benefit, frankly. Oh boy. So yeah, we're going until the internet decides to give out. As is the usual for the past couple weeks. I still need to update my offline image and other information. One of these days I'll do it. Watch, I'll finally update it like the week before everything goes back to normal. I still need to upload. Wow, upload. That's a word. Still need to upload Dragon Age 2 stuff. Oh my god. Before all that starts getting deleted, because we're coming up on that date pretty quickly. Oh. Slightly too warm in here. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so when we finished off on Wednesday... Oh wait, let me finish my first thought. We're probably gonna end at 1 o'clock. As per usual, because, you know, that's when, everything starts hitting the fan. We saw Cassandra for just a minute there. Oh, okay. Okay. Schrodinger's Cassandra. Anyway, so we're in, Valroyo. I'm gonna move so she'll stop doing that. Jesus. Somebody shot an arrow at us. And another one. And, yeah, there it is. We went and picked up some red things. And, we need to go to a meeting point. So, use the world map and travel to the meeting point. Now, the notes that we found on the little red things told us which meeting point to travel to. Supposedly. Oh yeah, world map. Okay. Stupid. This is the place where we need to go, not the local map. So once you gather all the clues, this will pop up on your world map. And there you go. Okay, so let's roll. And it's gonna be nighttime when we pop up here. Took us a little bit of time to wander over to that direction. That's okay. This is fine. The hell's making that noise? Alright.
The Inquisition herald!
Hit me!
Well, they know I work for it.
We remember how to control this game again, jeez. poke, poke.
Where are the hounds? Who lost the hounds? Make her take you.
Smithers, release the hounds. Did anybody drop anything? No loot for me, people. Rude. Too much Animal Crossing. The only dangerous amount of Animal Crossing is not enough. It's Shari's birthday! We need to make her something and then give it to her, or I'll just give her some fruit. I don't know. See how much time we have. Oh, got a lot of stuff to do today.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk and then you're just person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Inquisitor's face is just, oh dear God. Oh. Maybe the coconut forest is more fruit. Maybe. Yes, why?
Sure, why not? I glow. What's going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people. Elves.
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Haha, she took their pants.
Why didn't you take my weapons?
And, we'll switch to tactical view here. They indeed have no pants. Thank you for that, Sarah. And yes, I feel like, why didn't you take their weapons is a, reasonable question in this instance. Sarah's fun.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Okay.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
So, spies?
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
So yeah, this is our first recruitment mission. Very nice that it actually tells you, hey, this is the big decision. But first let's talk to her some more.
So who are your friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
Oh, it's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Sarah, we're getting a lore dump here, please.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow.
She said it.
Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
Sounds petty and criminal.
You sound like a thief who acts out petty revenge fantasies. And that might be bad.
Oh, right. You want to prop that guy up so I can say my sorries? Bad things should happen to bad people. We find someone not so bad, maybe he'll end up not so dead. Good enough?
You say that like it's obvious, but you didn't know him.
I knew about him.
That's just rumor.
Look, I'd have been fine stripping his guards and nicking his stuff. Turns out he deserved worse. Or was him trying to kill you a good thing? Are you the baddie? Didn't think so.
Alright, come on.
Alright, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
Does everyone know where our hideout is? I'm not okay with this. Stop stealing people's pants. Yeah, that doesn't stop. Alright, so Sarah has joined the party. We have another rogue. She's a proper ranger. Though Varric is already a ranger, so... But he's special because he has Bianca. I actually have to equip her with bows and stuff. See, this is why Sarah doesn't get used very much, because I usually have Varric with me. Stop that. Uh... Oh boy, difficult decision. Let's bring her with us for now because she's new. But I like seeing her play with Varric. We do need a mage though. Inquisition needs bees. Operation available. Yes, bees. It's an item. Okay, Sarah, honey, what do you have on you? I think I was given her dagger abilities last time I played because I was like, ooh, she's a rogue. We can use daggers. Don't give her the bow. That's her thing. I'll probably build her similarly to the way I built Varric, honestly. She'll need that to get away. I want her to have this stuff. And obviously she needs some bow skills. She has a lot of points to spend. We can give her leaping shot right off the bat. Explosive shot is good as well. And pincushion. We'll go ahead and apply all those. 3 points to spend. We can give her stealth. And I want her to have poison and caltrops. So now we have a lot of rogues. Which is usually why I play warrior, honestly. But we're also going to have a lot of warriors. And, how many mages? 3. You get a lot of variety in this game. So, it's nice. Unfortunately, that means a lot of them don't get the screen time they deserve. So I'm really going to try to make an effort to show off some different people. Because there's a lot of dialogue you miss out on if you don't do that. And a lot of it's pretty good. So we're pretty much done in this area right now. I'm just looting. Anything else in here? I'm surprised there's not a little bit more stuff, honestly. Alright, well, we're done here. Let's go back to Haven. And load screen. Got a notification from Pokemon Go. Take a break, trainer. Let's take time to appreciate the small joyful moments. Why don't you check on how Magikarp is doing? No. Magikarp is fine, I'm sure. Oh, Cactar. That's right. FF7 remake is out today. Everyone's gonna be playing that. We'll get it eventually. I never played the original, so I'm excited to see this one. Alright, we are back home now. Let's see. Cassandra, do you have anything new to say, or are you just gonna stand there and be grumpy?
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Uh-oh.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Make something up.
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Oh, Lord. Alright.
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevellians, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
I don't know, maybe.
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Oh, I know it.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
You literally just asked me. I'd like us to be closer. No. Cassandra's cool, but I don't like her like that. Just tell me.
No motivation beyond making things between us less.
Antagonistic?
Yes.
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
Ta-da!
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from them?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Dare I ask?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I'd forgotten she had a brother. Tell me about Navarra.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale Tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Hang on. I don't remember any of this.
Your uncle was a mortale Tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortale Tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Necropolis has always sounded so metal to me. Yeah! You like that stuff.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker.
Tell me
I
now.
will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Your right hand comes off?
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the
clap with
Divine's
it.
reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral. But I had help from loyal
What's
mages
up, Carl?
who rallied to the cause.
It's
They
going all
freed
right.
the
How are you?
dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conclave.
An impressive tale. I can see why people enjoy telling it.
Just wait till they start telling stories about you.
But Cassandra, it's already begun.
I'll let you get back to work.
Okay. We got quite a bit of information out of her. That was nice. Oh, Colin's over here now. Just remembered we haven't saved yet. Alright, Colin, what's good?
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Let's see, is that worth the time? And do you need to play 1, 2, 3? So the interesting thing about the Dragon Age series is that you play a different protagonist every time. You would definitely benefit from playing the first 2 games just so you have a bit more of an idea of what's going on. This game does an okay job at kind of bringing you up to speed. There are a lot of little things you can read that tell you kind of what's been happening in the series so far, in case this is the first one you've picked up. So, I mean, if you do have the time and if it's available, I would definitely recommend playing the first 2. If you can't, I don't think it necessarily ruins this game. As far as time, Inquisition itself is very long. We actually just finished playing through Dragon Age 2, which is very short. There's a lot you can do, a lot of it's side quests. So I don't know, I'm not really sure how I want to answer that question. There's a lot to do in this game. You don't necessarily have to do all of it, so but it's definitely a bit of a time commitment. It is a lot of fun. There are a few repetitive little things that are kind of annoying, but you know, you don't necessarily have to do them. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it was worth the time. I've been having fun with it. This is my second time through. Yeah, sorry, I don't have anything more more concrete than that, but yeah, if the game is on sale, definitely pick it up.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Alright, now we can flirt with Cullen.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
So Cullen doesn't know how to react if you flirt with him. Hello, how are you? Looks like we're dropping frames a little bit. Sorry if it stutters.
Travel safely.
Let's see, is there anything I actually need to do over here? Probably not. Let's just look in. Ah, okay, I gotcha. You're welcome, hope it helps.
This is amazing!
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm playing Rogue for the first time. Well, first time in this game anyway. I usually play Warrior, so I'm still not quite used to not being able to run up and tank everything. Getting my butt kicked just a little bit. Who else can we talk to? Let's go see if Varric has anything new.
Light, only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
And go ahead and remove that mark so we don't have to look at it while we're talking to him. No, it's gonna take a while to go away, so...
Need something?
Okay, he doesn't have anything new to say, actually. We already got all of that earlier. Playing Nightmare. Oh, no, God, no. We're here for a good time, we're just playing on normal. The bears have already wrecked me pretty well, as it is. Yeah, I keep finding like one of them randomly and it'll just run up and take me out with one swipe, and so I have to switch to Solus and just kind of
Can't eat a sword, boy. Beans.
hide in the
That's
back
what we
and hit
need.
it.
Beans and bread, and I can keep everyone on your fat and happy.
Okay, I don't think anybody else has anything new, so let's head in.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
Team who programmed the bears were in the north. Well, they did a good job, huh? Oh man, yeah, those bears are insane. Hmm.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we?
Do we?
Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the Order somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
To have some annoying fun times. Check out Dragon Age 1 and 2 on YouTube. Alright, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Get some of that lore. It'll definitely enhance your experience with this game. You must choose soon. We should find the Templars. We should meet the mages. We're gonna go meet the mages.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
Cassandra
no doubt
doesn't
what
like
they've
it.
always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So, you think it's a trap?
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious. That does sound odd. I agree. The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease. And if he can't? Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Alright, so... Warden might not be a bad idea to have on the team. We should probably go find him. Getting my first Dragon Age Inquisition glass beaded mask right now. Oh, nice! How's that going?
I greet you.
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
I think this is old information, but
Do you have information
it's
on
been a
people
while.
elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Orlais and Ferelden.
Nice! That sounds awesome.
Farewell, revered mother.
Make her go with you.
Josephine! Do you have anything new to say?
What may I do for you?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Looks more like Masquerade Palace. Ah, very nice, very fancy.
If you find anything, please
No research, boo. What is this? Let's go see what that is before we,
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written.
Aha!
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Well, now we're gonna have to talk to Krem with, this thing on top of him.
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Okay, let's get some info here.
What can your Bulls Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
Who was the first with them? I actually don't. It's been such a long time since I played.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Canari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front, he pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
I mean, yeah, we need more people.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
So yeah, that's Krem. Krem is cool. Krem is voiced by Jennifer Hale. Fun fact. Let's go see if Liliana's got anything new to say.
The Maker has revealed to me. As there is
I heard the Templars have withdrawn.
Seems odd. I can see them breaking the chantry.
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Oh! Okay, Liliana wants to kill some guy. You think of any factions in the Inquisition sequel? She's vengeful, yeah she is. I don't know what happens, but I'm gonna tell her to not kill him.
Wait, what are you doing? He betrayed us. He murdered my agent. And you'd kill him, just like that. You find fault with my decision?
Ah, Venatori. Okay, yes, that sounds familiar. Let's just say killing him is a waste.
If he has knowledge, then he's a resource. Use him.
He's a loose end who could escape and get word to our enemies. Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Now is precisely the time for ideals.
You feel very strongly about this. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives.
Thank you, Liliana.
Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
I think she's mad at me. Expand to the Hissing Waste region. I forgot that was even a place in this game. It has been so long. Give me 1 second. Alright. We haven't spoken to Solus in a little bit. I don't know if he's going to have anything new to say, but we can go check on him real fast. This is not where he is. He is in fact right here.
Hello.
Hello. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
I respect you.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
I don't remember if we've already had these conversations with him, so we're going to talk to him again.
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I do remember the Emerald Graves. I remember that place. Oh my god. Yeah, we actually killed our first giant. We got the one on the Storm Coast on Wednesday. It got stuck on a rock, so it didn't fight back at all. It was great.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
There's a blue dragon there, kept it alive for some exotic pet. Nice.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train to flick a dagger or an arrow to its target. The grace with which you move is a pleasing side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Don't kill dragons unless... Yeah, I generally try to avoid the dragons, but that's mostly because they destroy me. I like to respect them from a distance.
You said you traveled to many different places.
Unless it's
This
required
world,
for a mission.
or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers. The best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
Dragon bones and scales make powerful armors and weapons. Yeah, I think I tried to kill one dragon, and I may have succeeded just to get some resources from it. But I think the armor I made with it wasn't... I don't know. I remember not feeling like the whole thing was worth it. But again, that was a long time ago. So... I don't know. If I get some decent schematics, I might try making some dragon stuff. But we're gonna have to go hunting.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Figured out how to get any tier 2, 3 or 4 schematics. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll try to get to the Hissing Waste when we can. To be honest, I don't mess too much with the armor and weapon crafting. I'll do it a couple times, but not a ton. But yeah, if we can get some decent armor and stuff out of it, that may be worth the trip.
I hadn't thought about it that way, but I see your point.
Thank you. Few are willing to entertain such a notion.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay. We have not talked to Sarah yet. And she's hanging out right over there. She's in the bar. Get rid of that.
We've got Inquisition troops out at Redcliffe now, giving those people...
And here are some songs about Sarah already. She just got here. I'm going to have to talk over it because, copyright. Or table quest progression is a bit confusing as well. Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, let's talk to Sarah.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
Yeah, I can't spend too much time in the taverns because, the songs will get muted in the VODs because of copyright stuff, which sucks because there are some really good songs in this game.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid and smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all-touched Lady Herald?
We could flirt with her. I'm not going to. I'm going after Cullen. Yeah, I have not seen the Sarah romance. Oh, she's stealing my pants whether or not I romance her.
I'm committed to putting an end to this crisis. Whatever it takes.
It's why I'm here, yeah? This is where it gets done, whatever it is. Can't do a bloody thing with everyone pissing themselves. Stupid everyone.
That's how you end a conversation. Alright. Okay, what do we need to talk to? We need to go to the war room, that's for sure. Heard a frightening noise from the other room.
Maker be with you.
It's my knight, not so shiny armor of God. Sarah's pretty great. Alright, let's save before we do anything here. Okay. And in we go. Okay, let's go see what we have on this side of the table first.
Still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
So, we can do Chant Your Remains, Red Jenny says drop and grab. Why not? What do we have on the Ferelden side? We can get our coin. There we go. Cult of Andraste. Lovely. Red Jenny, Inquisition needs bees. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Gave Sarah that elven artifact Griffin bow. She turned into an elite sniper. Nice. Yeah, I messed Sarah up pretty badly my first run through. I decided to give her daggers instead because we already had Varric as like our ranged guy, but let's see. I do not know how someone would come to this idea, but I can see the use. It is a large area to search, however. A memo from Josephine, written on a note from Sarah. Know what ruins a party? Bees. I know a man who teaches how to jar them safe but angry. Stingy, no good for honey, but great for throwing. He's somewhere south. Sarah has scribbled a jar of bees hitting someone in the face. Also a butt. Ah. If he's peddling them to fighting forces, my people will find the trail. I can send runners along the bands. If this weapon can help, it will be found. It's too large an area to cover. Bounty hunters are a simpler bet. Sure, Cassandra is a Templar too, like Larry Maddox Cullen. Ah. Yeah. She does not like when you say, oh, let's go help the mages. Who should we send to do this? Cullens takes the least amount of time. Let's send Liliana after that.
Let's see what we have.
And we can get bees. Let's see what this cult of Andraste thing is. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste Reborn. This is true. You get to see that in Origins. It gets interesting quickly. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. Okay. Alright, Josephine's not allowed to do this, Liliana's busy. I don't want to send Cullen in to do that. We'll let her handle the bee thing first. Let's see what this one is. Did try to side with them, but I need the crafting amulet. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. Oh good. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats, Lord whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care, but could. Drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise. I think squirrels or something. Sarah. A scribble of heraldic symbols and directions are below. Also Sarah's name 37 times. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see what the surprise is.
Let us begin.
Why not? And let's see. Cullen's the only one left for this, so let's see if we want him to do this one or not. The confrontation with Mother Havara in the Valvario market has the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinion of as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. Right on. I don't know. I kind of don't want to send Cullen on that. I want to send Liliana there, so we're gonna wait until she's available. There are a lot of these things where I'll have the ladies deal with stuff instead of Cullen because a lot of these things are dealing with nobles and Cullen just does not. He'll either look at this and go, "This is dumb, we'll send some soldiers in there to intimidate them." Or something to that effect, and then it usually doesn't go very well. It's nice to have Josephine either grease their palms a little bit, or have Liliana threaten them with assassinations and such. Anyway, all of them have stuff to do now. We need to go to the Storm Coast. Save again. That is not the Storm Coast. That's the Hinterlands. Oh god. We're not going back there. We have to, eventually. I just don't want to right now. Okay, so we cannot go any further this way right now. We have explored most of the region. I want to take both Varric and Sarah, but then we'll have a team full of rogues. That's too many. Ah, loading screens. Okay. So we need to head out this way.
Nothing to report, sir.
We should probably take the safe route down instead of just jumping down and getting fall damage. Alright, something is happening over here. Big dude over here. Who could this be? Come here. me. Alright. There's still an enemy up. Ah. Okay, there we go.
Chargers! Stand down! Krim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away.
Sass me.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
He does have the watermelon shader on his pants. Oh, yeah. Good old Bull with his watermelon pants.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. Freddie Prinze Jr., by the way. Mr. James Vega himself.
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards in City Watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
You're a Kunari spy and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
That's fair. Yeah, Liliana would not have been pleased to find that out.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Canary want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, But if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Uh-oh. Alright, welcome to the team.
Alright, you're in.
Excellent. Prem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Alright. So, now we have some choices here. As you saw, Iron Bull had a big axe. He is our two-handed warrior. Yeah. Okay. We got some power. Now, since we already pretty much explored this area, we will have to level him. Give me a minute. Yeah, we can't do too much here. Because this was sealed off, as you'll recall. What do we have here? That's what we need to do in the hinterlands. Let's go find that warden, huh? Quest 1 of 11. Oh god, what else do I still need to do here? That's right, we can actually go to Redcliffe now. Or at least they should let us in the gate. Okay, yeah, let's go. Giant spider. Maybe it's meant to be that size and the regular ones are miniatures. I mean, a Justin Caring maker would create them big to start. Then they can't hide. That's what bothers you, isn't it? The hiding? Damn, I actually wanted to read more of that. That looked like it was gonna be hilarious. But yeah, weren't we just talking about that the other day? Giant spiders would be like way less threatening, right? Because you would be able to see them. I mean, they'd be bigger, but... Anyway. So, Bull gets a few points. We're giving him War Cry, Challenge, and Charging Bull. Right off the bat, he needs to be our tank. We'll give him Block and Slash as well as Mighty Blow. Shield Breaker seems decent. And Whirlwind. We have 2 extra points. Let's see if there's anything in Battle Master. Let's give him the chain. That might be fun. Okay. And we probably have some new gear for them, honestly. Let's see. Wrong one. Alright. So, what do you come with? Bull's Edge, 93 DPS. Alright, that's a little bit of a, DPS increase there, but that requires level 9. We're not quite there. His axe actually has some pretty good stats on it. So I'm just gonna leave him with that for now. Sarah, can we upgrade your bow at all? A little bit. Let's go ahead and give her that one. She loses her flanking bonus, but gets a dex bonus. Accessories. Okay. You have grappling chains, so we're going to give that to you. You also have whirlwinds, so I'll be giving that to you. I don't know, we'll stick that on you for now, just to give you something. One for you as well. Give you an explosive shot ring and a leaping shot ring. And belt of melee defense, sure. Alright, let's check out armor now. Nobody can wear that. Bull can actually wear that. It's better than nothing. Okay, we can give her some better armor. She won't be wearing her fun outfit anymore, but, you know. It's always weird putting Bull in armor. I don't know, I'm used to him running around like this. But this offers a little bit more protection. Okay. Save after we did all that. Okay, so welcome back to the Hinterlands. See, I told you we weren't done. Okay. What you got for me?
Word for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Okay, well, we can do that one. Let's run up here to the table here. Give me another one. You're not the requisition lady. There you are.
I've news, sir.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
So if you pick up everything along the way, you'll have a lot of resources left over. You can get power pretty easily just doing these.
I've news, sir.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Okay. Puzzle blocks. What? Alright, we need some obsidian, which we don't have. So that's new. Okay. We need to find some red lyrium. Okay. This is a meeting with the mages up in Redcliffe. It's more red lyrium. So this is the big thing that we're actually here for. Let's go see if we can actually get to this.
Nothing to report, sir.
Whee! No one escapes the hinterlands. Them's the rules. Yep, a little bit of frame drop there. Alfred! Yeah, of course now there are ramps all over the place. Great. It's not an actual place that I can go into. Boo. I was hoping that was a secret cave or something. There is more iron. I'll take that. A little bit of Drake stone in here. Excuse me, Bolt. Excuse me, Sarah. Yes, we are taking all of this. That looks fine. I think we may have found the lyrium. Hang on. Make sure there's nothing over here to grab. Okay. Just these piles of skulls. Oh my god, there's a nug! Get out of here, it's gonna make you evil. Get out. Get out. Go! Alright. Varric slightly approves. Now we've broken it up, ensuring that we've been able to inhale a lot of it. Mmm. It's fine. That was the evil rock. It's fine. Is there another one of those that we can access relatively quickly? There is one up there, but as you'll recall, there was a dragon up there. Little known fact, only one rock in Illyrium vein is evil. That's true. We just saw it. There is one right there. Can travel to this camp.
Nothing to report, sir.
Away! I'm kind of sad that my new party members have not had a discussion yet. Whee! No fall damage. Ah, yeah. We are dropping frames, though. Oh, no. Alright, so we've got a nice little walk over to that evil stuff. Especially if I go the wrong way. Let's let's go back around the fort, maybe.
We've scouted the area.
Good for you. You did it. Okay, now let's go this way. Ugh. But yeah, see, that's the problem with maps like these. I want to run right toward the target. Doesn't work so good if there's a big mountain in the way. Now I'm just straight up going the wrong way. I wanted to see what was over here. Okay, so we actually need to go up that tower. Elf fruit, give me that. Can I just jump? Oh god, okay. Oh come on, let me stand on that. Boo. Hey Galaxy. Doing alright, how are you doing today? Other than your internet being sad. My internet is also being sad today. It's actually behaving better today, for the most part, but we're still having some hiccups every so often. Okay, so we have found another big evil rock. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. That's cool, guys. Don't help or anything. I'll just stab it. Okay. We have destroyed the one evil rock. We're not going to look at the rest of these because they're not important. That is how this works. Alright. Look at the trip we had to take to get to that. Because I can't navigate properly. Good times. Alright. Let's go recruit a warden. Let's save before we do that, maybe. Lest I say something stupid and screw everything up. So, the most direct path would just be up the waterfall here. It won't let me just do that. Because that is the thing that I want, and I am not allowed to have it. Hang on, can I jump up here? So let's grab my hand. There we go. Yay, your headache is gone! Oh, you're moving, wow. That's never fun, and I wish you the best on that, because, ooh. Yeah, that's gonna be exhausting.
It is good to see the Inquisition helping the refugees. It seems no one else will.
I was gonna say, we need to find this guy. He's right over there. Hang on, we're gonna go into the house first and see if they have any good loot. Okay, so here's some lore on the Orlesian Empire. So the thing about this game is that they really give you a ton of lore about Orlais, which is fantastic because previously there really wasn't a huge amount other than just knowing about some of the nobles and some things that take place over there. The problem with that being is that all of it, a lot of the names of places and people and everything is in French. And my French pronunciation is god-awful, so I will not be reading a lot of them, and the ones that I do read, I will probably be butchering quite a bit. So, yeah, there's that. An apartment not too far away from my current place. As a side effect, my internet may significantly improve. Oh, nice! Alright. Go ahead and close that. Hello, Blackwall. He's already stuck.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
Okay. Where are you running? Alright.
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
Don't worry about it.
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
Yeah, there we go. I wasn't accusing the Wardens yet.
I'm not here to accuse. Not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
And you can already flirt with him. So, some people really like Blackwall's romance. I've seen it, it's okay. I don't know, I'm not really into Blackwall.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. but show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Yeah, alright. Come on down.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Alright. See, now we have all these people and I don't know what to do with them. So we have gained today another rogue, another warrior, and another warrior. Decisions. Alright, Blackwall, what should we give to you? So, he is another sword and shield guy, however, we could also make him a two-hander if we wanted to. We're giving him Battlemaster stuff. Combat roll. We're going to make him our support tank. That's two-hander. Should probably give him some actual attacks as well. We'll start with that for now. I'm sure I have just ruined him for the beginning of the game. That's okay. We have so many people now, I don't know what to do. Alright. Blackwall, what do you have on you? A little bit of an improvement there. Just a little bit. Okay, and that's still is level 9. Oh. Alright. Accessories, what do you want? I guess we'll give you that to get that out of our inventory. We don't have any more belts. Remember how many belts we had in DA2? They're kind of a hot commodity now. Armor. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Alright, and save. Josephine is ready to report in. Good, good. Alright, what else can we do while we're here? We are level 8 now. This stuff was level 12. I would love to grab that camp. Actually. Let's go head up this way. Note. Charred paper, a letter found on the body of a bandit who stole from refugees in the hinterlands. The ink is smudged and only a few sentences can be made out. You can die pretending you'll earn your... Let's start over. You can die pretending you'll earn back your soldier's honor, or you can do something with the skills that son of a bitch taught you. Spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden. And it's not so bad. A little bit of smuggling, a little bit of extortion. You'll get used to it. Okay. Alright, nothing else here. But, excuse you. Okay. Time to get our boots all muddy. Oh yeah. Give me that blood lotus. Thank you. And we'll slide. Everything went better than expected. Wasn't there a bear over here? Wasn't that why I noped out of this area? Guess we'll find out. No, Ben, no! Oh, God. So, we can go down the river to the Fade Rift, or we can keep going up this direction. So we've done that often enough that I'm sure anybody hanging out here is probably confused. That's a Simpsons reference. There's a talk show called Gentle Ben, and the bear has a microphone and people tell him his problems. But he goes out of control and wants to eat the snacks at the table nearby. They try to get him to stop, and so he starts swiping at people. Redcliffe Farms! I thought we came over here already. I guess not. There are probably going to be traps in here. Not seeing anything yet, so,
I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people.
Lovely. Alright, well, let's, check it out then. There it is.
The wards are working. It should be harder for tears to form here.
Okay. And we'll just loot this farmhouse here. Solus slightly approves. Good man. Did I just hear a cow? What's making that noise? Oh, it's Druffalo. I want to ride the Druffalo! Yeah, we've got horses. That's nice.
This must be the whole.
And who are you then? Talk to my
Solus,
father
no!
if you have business here. And who are you then? Talk to my father if you have business here.
Oh, okay. That is all you say. Very good. Where's he going? Solus! Do you not like the horses? Okay. Don't mind me, just looting your place.
Better take a closer look.
It's on the other side. Hop. Hop. Uh-oh. Eh. Eh. It's up here. Hop. Hey, Dennett. Gotta loot. There it is. Give me that. An Orlesian liqueur for the daring, or those who wish to seem so, said to enhance sensation. And at the bottom, an erotically carved peach pit. The design is plain, but the butler assures that the act of carving was scandalous. Alright. I am sure that it was. Okay. Anything else we can read here? Don't mind me, Dennett. Just looting your house. There's something to read. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 1 by Varric Tethras. And we're going to scroll through this slowly, as per usual. These are actually fairly lengthy. And we're dropping frames. Good times. Dun dun dun. And it's gone. Free Marches banner. The banner from Kirkwall of the Free Marches. Right on. That's something for later. Is there anything I can take from up here? No, there's not. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, there's something green over here. It looks like it might be treasure. No, it is a tree clipping through the building over there. Which I'm sure is why this area is walled off. Honestly.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there.
What?
Name's Dennis. I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
Sure is.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? No, I've got no bad blood with free marchers. Maker, I had kin flee to Kirkwall when the last blight tore this land apart. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neg they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Okay.
Good to see you, Inquisition.
So, tell us more things.
You said you were once Arleman's stablemaster.
Master of the mounts. Fereldans don't appreciate horses like they do in Orlais, but they knew my name in Val Royeaux. My horses took sick less and carried a man longer than any of those fancy prancers they've got. You take care of my people, and I'll make sure your Inquisition is riding right.
Tell me about the wife.
You said your wife Elena is in charge of the farms.
Yes.
Elena.
Families work our land. They
They work for us and we take care of them. Elena knows the farms better than I do. Knows what they need. I imagine not being killed by anything would be a start, though.
That's fair.
The refugees down at the crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits. Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
What can you tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
Alright. So we've got a little bit of stuff to do. Elena, what's good?
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
And what, pray tell, is the water sickness?
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Ocean
Go after
madness.
livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
That's fair.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Okay, so we gotta fight some wolves. Just gonna pick the self route. Perhaps a giant pumpkin for later. So let's be a deer. He didn't do it. Oh. Something to look at in here. Oh no! Okay, I don't have the perk unlocked to be able to open this up. Which means that there's something good in here. Oh well. Just going to take your lustrous cotton. What's up, Braun?
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
What do you want me to do? I think he wants us to put up some watchtowers.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Alright.
Farewell.
Cullen's ready to report in as well. Let me set up the camp over here really quickly. There we go. And we'll head back to Haven, get them started on some new stuff while we come back out here and deal with the farm.
This would work for a camp.
It sure would, buddy.
Nothing to report, sir.
Alright. We are all set up here. We've got more power. Always good to have more power. Inquisition perks +1. Ah, yeah. Requisition me a beat. That's right. Okay, we are going to fast travel back to Haven. Really wish it would let me be outside the actual building, but that's okay. And while that's loading, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quickly. So, yeah. I will see you guys back in Haven. Okay, I have returned, and nobody told me I had a crumb from my granola bar stuck in the corner of my mouth this entire time. Rude. Ah. It didn't show up? Okay, good. In that case, I didn't have a crumb from my granola bar in the corner of my mouth this entire time. Why would you think such a thing? It's rude.
Walk in peace.
Ah! Now my hair is falling back from my face. Oh, I have one hair that's like broken up here and is just long enough to kind of curl up and get into my nose, and it drives me insane. Yeah, new rule when I have oatmeal for breakfast. Make sure I eat something else with it because, God, I am so hungry right now.
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
Of course, I did have that granola bar on top of it, but that was not enough. Okay, so Sojiro, I hunger. That's right. This is what we needed to get that door open. Let's see. Gonna go ahead and grab arcane knowledge on that because that gives us more experience for Fade stuff. And considering we're gonna be talking to Solus a lot early on, I think that's not a bad idea. Okay, let's see what we have done here. Inquisition needs bees. Let's check on that. We have received weapon plans and located an apiary to supply us. When the idea was presented, the beekeeper tinted his fingers and sneered, "Of course." Quite disturbing. We have acquired thee a jar of bees grenade recipe. Sarah throws bees at people. Good time. The bog unicorn. Ooh. I remember what that is. Hang on. Ooh, Cullen got us a lot of coin on that one. The beasts don't like being in there. They don't! Okay, the papers we received from Sarah's friends document a lord's sabotage of a rival's marriage. Quite the scandalous affair. Very useful in plying our influence. Alright, we got 30 influence from that. Neat. Let's see. Flames of the Inquisition Charter. I don't remember what that is. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties. We can choose a successor or the Red Heart. Okay. Bog Unicorn. We have received an offer of assistance. I am unnerved but not opposed. It is not the first strange promise we have received, and likely will not be the last. An elegantly written note follows. The Inquisition has need, and we would provide. We have in our possession a mount of noble spirit, fallen in battle against rage, returned to life by the boundless urge to run and serve a worthy cause and noble master. Prove what your followers already believe, that your reach is beyond this realm, that even the forces of the Fate are your ally, that death is no barrier to victory. Signed, The Collective. Liliana says I'll quietly make certain nothing interferes with the arrival. Josephine says we'll take every care with such a boon, our associates will see to it. Or Cullen just says our soldiers will ensure the creature arrives safely. This is an instantaneous thing, so...
To work?
The creature has arrived. It is just as unnerving as expected. This is a mount. It's pretty rad. This is another mount. Such is the rage of the threat that the Inquisition received offers from all corners of Thedas. From a distant clan of Dalish comes a surprise. A letter in flowing script. Perhaps you are not as we and do not share what we believe, but this threat is common to us all, for the wounded sky belongs to everyone. If nothing else, we would have you sure of foot in your journey toward victory. I'm not reading, Elven text, because I will also butcher that. Okay. And same deal.
To work?
So we now have a red heart. So yeah, 2 possible mounts. Get excited. We're probably going to go with the Bog Unicorn, because that thing is rad. Okay. I wanted Liliana to deal with the Chantry here.
Let's see what we have.
So we'll set her on that. That's going to take 57 minutes, so that will be completed on Monday. So what sucks is that if you have a new thing and don't do it immediately, it'll still be on your map, but it'll just be there. You won't have a little flashy thing over it, which sometimes makes it very hard to see, like this Cult of Andraste one. Anywho. I don't like Cullen's, they will simply need to be careful comment, so I kind of want to have Liliana take care of this one as well. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's another mount. Cool. We have garnered the attention of the finest armorers in the land, and they would not see our message conveyed unadorned. They offer a mount that reflects the flames of the Inquisition. It is, by all accounts, magnificent. Okay. I actually don't remember this mount. A block letter note follows. We would send our best, and you will know it when you see it. It is much at home in parade as on the battlefield. Let all who stand against you see that they stand against a force, a cause. Okay. Our skill is yours. Those of the hammer. Alright. Yeah, get us another mount. The armored mount has arrived. It is every bit as magnificent as was promised. Alright. I feel like at least one of those is DLC. I want to say it was the Bog Unicorn. But I'm sure the one we just picked up is one as well. It's been too long. Okay. Shall we use our Grey Warden treaties? The Inquisition is in its infancy. Building an organization such as this is like building an army. You need soldiers, weapons to arm them, food to feed them, and that's just the beginning. I joined knowing I can make a difference. I have Grey Warden treaties, and these allow us to take what's needed, when needed. We do not face a blight, but surely a torn sky warrants as much concern. Consider it, Warden Blackwall. Okay. That'll take about half an hour, and Josephine's the only one who can do this, so that'll work. This could work. The blight is but 10 years past, and Thetis remembers how we were saved. I can use the treaties, leverage the goodwill owed the Wardens, and use it for the Inquisition. Do it to it. Alright, let's find something for Cullen to do. Let's see. Part of a Ben Hasserath report noting the current fight for succession in Lides. Or is it Leeds? I don't know. It could be Lides. Meh. We're gonna call it L-Town. Which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Ramash died early in the Orlesian Civil War. Okay. Lighties. Okay. So the deal is we have 3 possible successors, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game. And his brother, Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Hooray. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing personally. L-Town! Monette would be the most easily manipulated but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of the 3 candidates will become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other 2 must be removed from play first. Okay. These 2 are busy. What does Cullen want? Jean Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. Okay. Oh my god, Josephine! I can destroy Carolina's marriage with 4 words and the proper glove left on the proper table. Holy crap! Oh! Liliana's is tame compared to that. Oh my god. It's like you just know Cullen's at the table hearing this plan and he's just like... Jesus. Okay. Okay, so who do we want to actually be the successor? This seems like a good option here. I don't remember what I picked last time. But, yeah, Cullen, let's go ahead and grab it for ourselves.
All right.
Okay, everybody's busy.
Though you had granted them power over the very Fade itself, though they sang hymns of praise,
Cullen is ready to report in.
though they could do anything, they destroyed
These truths the Maker has
Oh,
revealed
hang
to
on.
me. As there is but one God, one life, one death, there is but one God, and he is our Maker.
Okay. That was just all backlogged. Very good. It's like there's no way. That was supposed to take like an hour. Who should we talk to now? Bull's outside. Let's go see how he's doing.
Walk in peace.
Whee! Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that mark off. So we don't have to stare at that big green light as we speak to him. Whoa, what's good?
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Oh my god, he's very quiet.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Kanari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
My lamp is flickering over here. Either it's going to need a new bulb soon, or... I don't know. Hopefully our power is not fluctuating right now. That would not be great.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's gonna be time to make decisions. Someone's gonna have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you seal the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Isn't afraid to catch a cold. Yeah, right. Standing out here in all the snow. Well, buddy, you want to put on a shirt?
What's going on?
It's Vega, though. So, you know. He can't have a shirt on.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear.
That's
and then
threatening.
You've got the spies.
Re-educators. Please tell me more.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Right on.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
Sharpest nipples in the West. I know, right? And they're right at eye level for the rest of us. We're all gonna need eye patches.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
And you're a spy.
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Right on. We could romance the bull. We could ride the bull. No.
It sounds like you had a rough life under the Kyun.
What, 3
No.
meals a day and free sex whenever I need it? I came out here for the challenge, boss. Figured I'd rough it with you savages. Anyway, nice talking with you.
And here's Jennifer Hale.
Can I help you with anything?
Let's talk about Bull despite him being right here and well within earshot.
Iron Bull said the charges were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The Chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Qunari, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Qunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee Tevinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big-horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Is it strange to work for a Qunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Kyun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
Alright.
Travel safely.
To the stables! I can choose a mount. Alright, we've got a regular horse. It's fine. We don't have any of these. They give you so many possible mounts. This is the heart we unlocked. Got big horns. And exotics, let's see. Bog unicorn. A proud charger made strange by fate, whether possessed of a spirit or whatever makes horses run, it yet wants to serve. It's a dead horse with a sword through its face. That's pretty metal, right? Ugh. But yeah, where was that other one? Oh, okay. There's the Inquisition charger. It's pretty glorious, but we've got a bog unicorn. And there he is. Who's my sweet boy? Yeah. Aww. He's a Hellsteed. That's not true. I'm pretty sure there actually is one of those in this game, and we do not have it yet. Let's see, who else can we talk to? Cassandra and Cullen. Eric, Sarah, Liliana, Solus, Josephine. Blackwall? Where are you hiding, buddy? Oh. Interesting. There is something to do. Oh. Okay. I just continued walking this way. That would have been great. There you are. What's good, Blackwall?
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. The breach, the Divine's death, the Wardens. It doesn't make sense. There's so much we don't know.
Your experience with the Wardens will certainly be useful.
Mostly the treaties, I expect. Old parchments you're welcome to. What about you? How do you fit into all this?
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
And that's that. Come back. I still need to talk to you, apparently. Stop running from me.
I've heard rumors of abandoned Warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
You're strangely charming. No. How about you tell me about the Wardens?
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Do go on.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Get rid of the feeling that a Mass Effect character showed more emotions on their faces than a Dragon Age. For the most part in Dragon Age, the conversations are from farther away, or at least in this one. But yeah, getting a little bit of that too.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
Of course, it doesn't help that a lot more of these guys have big bushy beards, so
One man. Besides,
that kind of hides it a little bit.
Works best for everyone that way.
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
So I guess he just hangs out over here now. Alright.
Travel safely.
Okay, I do believe that was everyone. We can head back to the war room now. Or actually, let's check our journal. They're all just too tough in Dragon Age, that's right. Bunch of stoics. Yeah, we don't need to go back to the war room. We need to go back to the hinterlands. To the farm! Okay. Who do we want to take with us? We haven't really given Sarah too much time yet. I like having Solus so we can have a mage. And we'll do Bull. I don't know, they may have gone more conservatively with the expressions in this game because everyone saw the weird bugs and stuff that were happening with Mass Effect. Still getting used to the Frostbite engine and everything. I don't know. Oh, Josephine's ready to report in. Great. Damn it. We just left. We just left. Okay, let's go see what this is. Oh, well, it's in that house, so. I didn't think it was gonna let me jump over that. Oh, there's a note here. Letter in an empty home. Endrin, they're telling everyone to leave until the mages and Templars stop burning everything down. I saw the way the merchants were looking, though. If we just flee, they'll pick our houses clean. I'm taking our little project to the cave in the hills up north. You know the one. It'll be safe there until this all blows over. From Hessel. Okay. Excuse me, Bull. Alright. That was interesting. Yeah, let's go set up a watchtower. Give me that Imbrium. There we go. Hold up. Oh, God. I need to mess with that AI stuff. Trying to see how to summon my mount. Not sure if I can actually do it yet since we haven't got Dennett's approval. Which is fine. I just kind of wanted to show off my bog unicorn. Again, because he's rad as hell. Actually, let's head to this watchtower over here. That and we could go a little bit faster. Maybe. Something over there. Is that a bear? Oh, those are people. Trying to remember what the mount shortcut was. I'm pretty sure it was H. H for horse. I'm gonna be completely wrong and I'm gonna be upset about it. Because now that I said it out loud, I will always remember H for horse, and it will be wrong. And I'll continue hitting H and going, what the hell, why isn't it working? Because that is how my brain works. Or doesn't work. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. Let me up. Well, give me a boost. Let me stand on your head real fast. There. We found a path up. Also elf fruit. Give me that. Okay, now let's set up that last watchtower. I believe it was like right next to the camp. Yeah, we're just gonna fast travel back. So glad you can fast travel in this game. Ugh.
Nothing to report, sir.
Makes things just a bit easier. I see the path. I am actively refusing it. Alright, take the path. Okay. And I'll need to finish that up at the war table. There's a Fade Rift over there. And I jumped at the same time I hit the map. Whee! Yeah, let's go check that out. And then that'll be the last thing we do today because it's just about 1 o'clock, so internet's gonna start dipping pretty drastically. Which is fine, because I got some stuff to do anyway. What level's this stuff? Okay, good. It's not 12. That's what we like to see. No. Oh, no. Oh, crap. He's over there with everyone else. That's an issue. Well, why don't you have any guard? How about you dispel that one? Cool. Alright, that guy's down. Ow! Rude. Rude. Stop doing your banshee scream. Frozen. Perfect. Oh my god, there's another one. How do you like poison? Alright. Seal this thing up. Yeet. Alright. We have closed the Fade Rift. We can loot some stuff. There's an Amulet of Strength, which is great. Can I loot anymore? There's a landmark. Let's go ahead and grab that while we're here. Ah, yes. Tyrda's lover. Yeah, I'll go ahead and read this one. Dennett, I don't care if it's the best land on the farm. The farmers remember the old ways and the old blood, and will honor that, just as I honor you twisting the old horseshoe nails into circles and sneaking them into the horses' saddles for luck. If the farmers want to leave that tree to honor Tyrda's leaf-eared lover, we'll let it be, and whatever we lose from the land we'll gain in loyalty. If I come back and find the tree gone, and you and Braun blustering some story about it falling in a storm, I'll get the truth from Sienna, and you'll be sleeping in those stables you love so much. All my love, Elena. Or is that Shauna? I don't know. It's probably Shauna. I didn't hear if you pronounced her name earlier. I try to pay a lot of attention to that stuff because I've had people mispronounce my name quite a bit, and it's irritating. I know they're just NPCs, but, you know. It hits home. Ah. A heartfelt request. Lost. Prize-winning Druffalo Druffy. Okay. Ran when demons attacked. Last seen down in the gully. Reward if found and returned to farmstead. A note posted on a public board with a simple map showing the general location of the Druffalo and where to return her. We found that Druffalo earlier. Yeah, if you'll vaguely recall, the Druffalo that was down by the water. I think we found her on Monday. Anywho, it's 1 o'clock, which means it's time for me to bounce for now. I need to start dropping before the frames do. Haha. Okay, so we'll be back 10 o'clock Monday. Again, we'll go until the internet says no more. Okay. Yeah, that's it for me. So, again, take care of yourselves. Stay home. Wash your hands. If you have to go out, be prepared. That's actually what I'm going to do now. Need to make a mask for Broodman, because I made mine already. Haha. And we need to go to the store, because we're out of food. Alright. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.